Okay. We are live.
We are I'm sure most of you know why I say AEG every time, because there's another Mars here. The first thing that we do is those people who are family are going to perform an act called Kriya. If it's not uncomfortable for you to stand for this briefly, please rise. If you're wearing a ribbon and you want to do the tearing. When you tear this ribbon, you feel like, as if you didn't already know, life is different. It's going to feel different for you. You're going to hear it and feel it. And if you just go directly into the center of the bottom of the ribbon, it will tear. Adonai Natan Vadan, Adonai Lakach, Yishem Adonai Mevorach. God gives and God takes away. Blessed be the name of God. For hearts that are in Haemet. And say after me, blessed is the one, whose ways are beyond understanding. You may be seated again. So if you're listening online and you feel like I'm shouting, that's so that the people here can hear me. You probably can hear me better because my microphone is right attached to my head. And I hope it's working. Good? Okay. And the other thing is it's 143 degrees outside here today, and some people are not in the shade. You may want to scooch just a little bit. Some people don't. The family that's here was gathered yesterday and told some phenomenal stories about Amy, and we chose to make that be the eulogy. I want to just say something briefly before we begin. She died on Shavuot, and that is one of the most holy days of the Jewish calendar, and it's one of the most auspicious days to die. We're told that King David died on Shavuot, and it was kind of a sweet story that reminded me of her, because we don't know how she lasted so long. After, to those of us watching, it felt like the body had given out already. King David, according to the story, was told that he was going to die, and he was going to die on Shabbat. So every Shabbat, he immersed himself in Torah study. This is maybe not the part that reminds me of Amy, but he would immerse himself in Torah study so that the angel of death couldn't go anywhere near him. One day, the angel of death got exasperated and said, "It's his time." And so the angel of death made some noise outside with a tree, shook a tree, and things fell down. And King David was distracted for a second, and that's when he took the soul. And it was on Shavuot. I found there is no death. That reminded me of her. The fact that she does that on Shavuot is like a window. We're told that the gates of heaven open, and we all have a closer connection to God on Shavuot. So you may or may not remember anything I say today or anything we do today, but I hope you remember she died on Shavuot. It's the day that we stay and wait for the skies to open up. We stay awake all night even. She was a special spirit. Mourning is the price we pay for having the courage to love others. Even in grief, we know that the wonder of human in our darkest hours, we know that some of her light and her warmth will always be with us, bringing comfort and courage, and in the fullness of time, healing and peace, and I'm going to add, and some very burnt rolls. Now that I understand. Healing and peace will come, and the rolls may not. We remember Amy and join our hearts together to give comfort and strength to her families. Mourning is a time filled with many emotions and memories, both bitter and sweet. We begin our service with the recitation of psalms and prayers, thus linking Amy's life with the millennial And I don't think that she was afraid of dying. That was not ever, even 10 years ago. This we say for the woman that we remember. We say together, a woman of valor who can find, she is more precious than fine pearls. Her husband trusts in her, so it lacks nothing. She does him good, never harm, all day. Her labor is rewarding. Her candle burns into the night. She reaches out to those in need and extends her hands to the poor. She is clothed in strength and dignity, and she faces the future cheerfully. She speaks with wisdom, the law of kindness is on her lips. Her children rise up and bless her. Her husband sings her praises. Many daughters have done valiantly. The Jews is faithful. I was told that maybe I shouldn't mention the part about singing praises, that maybe singing wasn't the forte. But she sang. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Early or late, all must answer the summons to return to the source of being. For we lose our hold on life when our time has come, as the leaf falls from the bough when its day is done. As the deeds of the righteous enrich us all, as the fallen leaf enriches the soil beneath. The dust returns to the earth, the spirit lives on with God. Like the stars by day, our beloved dead are not seen by mortal eyes, but she shines on forever. Hers is eternal peace. Let us be thankful for the companionship that continues in a love stronger than death. Sanctifying the name of God, we honor Amy's memory. You can ask the mourners to please rise. This is the prayer that I say, and I'll say it in Hebrew and then I'll give you a translation, but this sends the spirit on its next adventure. El Malay Rachamim, Shochem Bamromim, Hamsei Menucha Nechona, Tachat Hanfa Shechina, Im Kadoshim U'Keruim, Kezohar HaRakia Ma'asuim, Otashar Chal Olamah. Bal HaRachamim Yastirei HaBatetach Nafa Olamim, Yitzor B'tzroa Chaim Et Nishmata. Adonai hu nachlata, v'tamach b'shalom ha'meshkava, v'nomar amen. May the source of life, the fountain of all being, open our hearts to compassion and our eyes to wisdom, that we might glimpse in perfect peace and sadness the way of all things. May Amy's memory be for us a blessing, and may we never let the light of her love grow dim in our hearts. May we remember all her worthy and righteous deeds, that her memory be bound up in the bond of life. God is our source and our destination, our beginning and our end. Amy's death awakened us to this truth, that the bond of love we shared and share not be severed in sorrow. May she rest in peace. Let us say Amen. We now say the Mourner's Kaddish, which is on the inside of your handout. The Mourner's Kaddish, although it makes us sad to say it, is only a prayer of praise for God. It's in Aramaic. So even if you understood Hebrew, you wouldn't understand these words. There's a translation there for you as well. I encourage you to say it in whatever language is most comfortable for you. Yit Gadal, Yit Kadash, Shemei Rameh, V'alma, V'yifrach, Yom Nivram, V'chayachon, V'yomechon, V'chayei B'chol Beit Yisrael, V'agala, V'zman Karev, V'imru Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabal, V'varach, V'alam, V'rameh, Amayah. Yitvarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitrom, V'yinaseh. V'yithadar, V'yithaleh, V'yithalal, Shemei T'kudsha, V'yichud. Na'elah, min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechedata, v'amiran v'amiran. Yehei shalom rama v'yishma, v'chayim aleinu v'kol Yisrael, v'imru. Oseh shalom v'yisrael. No repaying, no one. We're not doing it so that anything good happens to us. We're doing it because we need to. We're taught that God buried Moses. And that's our role model. So what we have are a few ways of doing this. I have some dirt in Israel that you can take. Scissors. One option, and you could do both or one or neither, is you just take some dirt from Israel, put it on the casket, or because somebody falls in, remember that's the rule. You choose to use a shovel, you can use a handle. You can use your hands, but if you choose to use a shovel, the tradition is that the first shovelful is upside down, which sometimes is a very ineffective shovelful. Sometimes nothing winds up on here. And then you can do, the tradition is 3, so you can do 3 or as many as you feel. But when you're finished, you should put the shovel back here so that you're not handing it to anyone and obligating them. And we can have 2 sides going. You can promise to be very perfect. Anybody want? I'm not obligating. It's harder to do with the bag than it is with the shovel, so not obligate. And you're welcome to stay and do some more shoveling. But for the sake of the fact that it's very hot out here, we have more of each. Lechi ki shilchacha Adonai, go your way for Lechi ki shilchacha Adonai, go your way for Lechi v'Adonai yeimach, will be with you. V'alach lefanayach tzidkech, kavod Adonai yasvech. May your righteousness go before you, and the glory of God receive you. God console you.
God console you.